Hey guys, this is Craig from Hardcore Metal Detecting Radio, and we just did our first podcast in a while on Saturday, Derek and I, and we've been looking into taking a break, but we've been looking into a new way of monetizing and whatnot, and it's like with Spreaker, they every time we started, you know, we were trying to pay like the monthly bill each month, and every time we get close, they'd put another $10 on us for something, and we finally just said heck with it, and then we were getting pennies instead of a couple dollars a day, so we were working on a new way to do it, and but I remember years ago when Derek and I started the doing the Bliss tool, and we were looking at advertising, and advertising was so expensive, it's unbelievable, and wasn't giving us a bang for the buck. And so I had done, I think starting in around 2011 or 12, I started doing a podcast with Dave McMahon called The Detecting Lifestyle, and we were kind of one of the first on that, to do that with the metal detecting, and it was pretty wild. We were we'd have guests and stuff, and be talking and stuff, and then we've been at war with some of the other groups, and so eventually Dave got tired of doing it, I guess, and so when I started, when we started being distributors for Bliss Tool in Canada and the United States, I mentioned to Derek, I said, maybe we ought to do a podcast. That way, it'll probably be a little cheaper. Plus, we can control the content, and that's how we got into it. And I was never nervous about talking. I used to get in trouble in class for talking too much when I was a kid. So Derek was a little bit nervous at first, but he's really grown into it. And we really like this, like doing the show. It's just fun. And we've met so many people doing it too. And I talk to people all over the world. We're being listened to by, I think, in 131 different countries. And we're kind of unique. We have our own style. We don't have any plan when we start. Usually, we might talk about a couple subjects we might talk about, but most of the time we just start talking. We just ad lib. So over the years, we've kind of gotten it, into a kind of our own style and stuff, and so. We were looking into a new way to monetize and stuff. So there may be a little bit of a delay before we get back into it. We may do another show next week, but we're still working stuff out on the other plan. But I remember about 5 years ago, I got a call from the Nielsen service, and they were saying. They would give me and Mike $10 each if we filled out a poll on our listening habits on the radio. And I said, yeah, that's cool. I'll do it for $10. So I mentioned to the woman that we did a podcast, and she goes, "Oh, that counts as radio." And I go, "Really?" And so this was like probably 5 years ago, and so I said, "Yeah," and so she said that, yeah, it counts as radio, and put it down. And so I said, she said, it's actually disrupting radio. And I said, well, we kind of thought it might be, but she said, it's getting big. It's really disrupting radio. It looks like it may replace radio. So I thought, man, that's pretty wild. That the podcast has gotten so huge, it's unbelievable. I mean, Joe Rogan just got a $100 million contract with Spotify. And he's like the biggest media guy now. Nobody's even close to him right now, and it's a podcast. So, one thing we noticed is a lot of young people like podcasts. And with our show, and also the lady from Nielsen was telling me that it's gotten so where people, instead of listening to the radio, they listen to podcasts on the way to and from work. And I thought, wow, that's pretty wild. So, it's it kind of changed our perspective a bit. We thought, man, that is something. And so we had pretty good content, and we got at one point we had like 30,000 followers. I don't know if they're still doing that or not, but we had like 131 countries were listening to us. And the good thing about Europe and some of these places is a lot of the people speak English, so they can understand the podcast. But it's really grown and grown and grown. So I'm kind of excited about it. It's a lot of fun. It's I don't think it's for everybody, but I enjoy it, and I was kind of missing being doing the show. So you guys take care, and we'll be getting back to you guys pretty soon. All right.